Thank you, Mr. Master of Ceremonies, fellow Ignite attendees. And when you crash, you crash. So what are you going to do about it? Well, you know, a lot of people don't know what you're going to do about it, and that's the reason that we're here tonight, to share some ideas with you. The first thing that you want to do is you want to pick up a phone and you want to make a call. You want to call the police, because if you don't call them, they might call you. You want to call your insurance agent and you want to tell him what's going on. You might even want to call your family, because you know what? If you call and you say, "Hi, this is Mike, and I was involved in a little accident. We're sitting here along the side of the road," your family is going to feel better about it than if they got it third hand. It's always better to hear from your children, your spouse, whomever, than it is to hear from the hospital. "Hey, did you know that John is here in the emergency room?" You don't want to subject them to that. Make a call. And when you call, tell them when, tell them where, tell them what happened. As much information as it is possible for you to provide. Because when you're providing information, whether it be to the insurance agent, the police, or someone who comes to help you, you're strengthening your case. You're becoming more believable, and you're giving better information. So then what do? You record. How many of you have a cell phone that takes pictures? All right. If you have a cell phone that takes pictures, you can take a photo of the accident, and then you'll be able to pass that on to whoever wants to know about it. Record the name, the address, the type of vehicle. Get the name of the owner and the name of the driver, because they might not be the same. And if the owner and the driver are not the same, that means you got two people to sue. Let's hear it out there, all of you who are attorneys. I know you like multiple victims. Two people to sue. All right. After you've recorded, you've got to be aware, and I'm going to slide behind, but it's because my story is good. And I know that you'll agree that it's good. After you've recorded, you'd better be aware, because what do you want to be aware of? The conditions of the road, the damage to your vehicle, the damage to the other vehicle. You might even want to get out and walk around and talk to people. If the guy's wife said, "Hey, dummy, you know that was a 35-mile zone," and you were doing 60, isn't that interesting information? "Hey, you know there is a stop sign there. Why didn't you stop?" "Well, because I didn't feel like it." Ask questions, get information. And you know, one of the things that you might do while you're walking around and looking is smell. No one ever thinks about that. But if the other driver reeks of alcohol, you want to know about it, don't you? What do you not want to do? You don't want to argue. You don't want to call names. You don't want to point the finger. Just get the information and give it. Because the time will come when you will need to give a statement. So one of the earliest calls that you make, and as an insurance agent, I can relate to this, call your agent. He's going to tell you whether or not you've got road service, whether or not you've got car rental. Are you in fact covered? Well, be aware of the fact that you have to stop. It's mandatory. You need to render help if that can be done. You know, it's not illegal to offer a kind word. And since I think that we're about to run out of time, I want you to remember with me these 5 great letters. CRASH. Call, record, be aware, stop, and help. Because if you don't, there are consequences. Fines, license removal, incarceration, all of those things could be part of your life if you don't do it right. If you need to file a claim, call, ask the agent, ask intelligent questions, not like, was my payment due a month ago and I forgot to make it? You'd be amazed how often I've heard that. Or, hey, did my insurance cancel in December? Yeah, it did, and you're not covered now. I hope that I've given you a few ideas of what to do when the time comes. Mike Platte, Platte Insurance Education. Have a good evening.